Hello and welcome to FPL Have a Beer. We'll invite you to have a beer with me while I talk nonsense about FPL. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So in this one, I'm going to be talking about the FPL Football Content Awards. Is it fair, or is it as fixed or bent as the Eurovision or the Oscars? So this video really is just going to be a bit of fun. It's also quite. I just wanted to make it as a bit of a one that I just decided to make at the last minute because it's quite topical at the minute because the Content Creator Awards were a week or so ago. Well done to FPL Focal Oscar for winning the individual award in that. So just if you don't know what the FPL, well, the Football Content Creator Awards are, or the FPL part of it, it's basically like an Oscar. Oscar, not meaning to confuse that with FPL Focal. It's like the Oscars, it's like the Oscars for fantasy football, basically, and for football content creators more generally. But here we're going to focus on fantasy football or FPL. So many of you may have heard of these awards before. I've heard them mentioned on and off. Over the 10 years or so I've been listening to content creators, but I've never really cared about it, to be honest with you. I mean, why would you? But when I was interviewing FPL Yelena last night, that video has probably not come out yet. She's absolutely amazing. Highly recommend you watch that one and subscribe to her channel. But anyway, when we were chatting away about different things, the Content Creator Awards came up, and it just sort of flashed in my head. Now that I'm a content creator, and just because I'm generally interested, let's go and have a look at the FPL Content Awards and what they actually are. Are they fair, and do they mean anything? And I just thought I would do that with you guys, because why not? You probably have as much knowledge about them as I do. So firstly, as I say, this one is just a bit of fun. I have no background knowledge of the awards. I don't have any insider information, so take what I say with it about a pinch of salt. It's just my opinion. My conversation with Yelena about it last night was probably the first time it's ever come up in conversation with anyone I've ever had any conversation I've ever had in my entire life. Secondly, this is a serious point. I seriously think that anyone who tries to rate FPL content creators is a complete moron. I mean, if you're doing that sort of thing, you really are opening yourself up to trouble. I mean, can you imagine if any idiot tried to make a tiered list, a content creator tier list, the amount of stick he might get in the comments section? If you do something like that, you're really just asking for trouble. If you've not been following the channel for a while, that's a bit of a joke. Maybe go and check out what my highest viewed videos on my channel, and you will fall in with that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look at the voting criteria first of all for this year, and then I'm just going to go back over, only briefly, the 6 or so years it's been running, and we'll have a quick look at the winners, what we think of them, where are they now, and at the end I'll just conclude if I think the voting's fair. Does it seem representative who's won of what I think and what I think a lot of people would think, and where are these people now, where it's relevant. So here's the list of people nominated this year, and there's a bit of detail about them, but the bit I'm interested in is here. Vote for your favourite content creator on our website, Instagram or Twitter. The winners will be decided by 50% fan vote and 50% from our panel of over 60 judges. Now, first of all, I don't like that. I don't like the Eurovision Song Contest, but my family, past girlfriends, have forced me to see it, and they used to have a complete fan vote. I may be wrong here. I really do hate the Eurovision Song Contest, and now they do it where it's 50% from the fans and 50% from the panel, and I just don't get that. It just makes it look dodgy. That you could bend it to what the judges want, even if it's not dodgy. So I just think that's stupid. I think they should have a fans set of winners and a judge set of winners. And also, what criteria are the judges using? I always think that should be published as well, although it doesn't seem to be here. Anyway, so that's the voting for this year. Also, another strange thing is people put themselves forward to be included. Now, that's absolutely fine, but I always just find that weird. You know, can you imagine that you're at work when you're at school and you're like, I think I'm the best kid in the class. I think, I should win the best behaved or the most creative kid in class. It just seems a bit weird to me. Anyway, okay, all right, so let's have a look at each year. So we'll go back to 2018. And here, if you have a look, I couldn't find any actual awards for FPL players here. Now, I'm guessing, basically, Yellen has said that there was a bit of controversy the first year FPL content creators were included because they were thrown in to a category with the much bigger football content creation space. So with people like, what's his name? Arsenal Fan TV, the really famous guy who supports Man United. I can't remember his name. And so basically none of them won anything. No FPL content creators won anything. So I'm guessing that might be this year because this is the last year when there are no FPL. There's no individual FPL categories. So let's go to 2019. And this year we had two separate... did we? Oh no, only one category for FPL this year. So the Fans Award, FPL TV, and the Judges Award, Always Cheating. Now, I used to watch FPL TV back in the day. It was pretty good. I've never really watched Always Cheating, but I know lots of people speak highly of them. So no problems with these ones. But where are these guys now? So I'm pretty sure Always Cheating is still running, so I didn't look them up. But I did look up FPL TV. And if we look at his videos, you can see that he hasn't made a video for at least a year. So presumably has disappeared. Not because he's unpopular, he had a load of subscribers, but yeah, I'm just keeping a running count of the people who won an award who basically aren't around anymore. I mean, they're alive, but aren't creating content anymore. And here I like it, by the way, because there's a Fans Award and Judges Award. That's fair, that's how it should be done. Okay, 2020, we have got 3 categories for this year. So editorial, I'm not really going to comment on this because I don't really read fantasy football. I watch and listen to it. Scout Hub, Ben Dinnery. Videos, Elite FPL. We love Elite FPL. I also really like FPL Family. And I also really like FPL Nymphrea. So no problems with any of that. Then podcast. See, I guess this was maybe before so many podcasts were being put on YouTube. So that's maybe why they have a separate award for it. Planet FPL, love it. No problems at all. Who got the assist? They are friends of the channel. Tom the interview's already done. There will be an interview out with him soon, so great. All Out Attack, never heard of them, to be honest, so I can't comment on if they were any good or not. But what I can comment on is when I looked up their podcast, it appears they made one video in 2023. Okay, I've just realised I'm not looking at this. Isn't the bloody FPL podcast, is it? Let's try and find the All Out Attack FPL podcast to see if it's still going. Podcast, maybe it is still going. Oh, I saw that one and then I suddenly read the video description and realised it was a man interviewing a rapist, so that's obviously not it. Are they still going? No. Oh. Well, that's even worse than I thought. According to this, unless I'm reading this wrong, they finished in 2020. Can that be right? Sorry for messing around here, guys. I thought I had set this all up before. 2019. Well, yeah, so obviously they're not around anymore either. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to 2021. So here, editorial, same big players, all about FPL. I've never seen that one before. FPL Wire, good. FPL Black Box, my favourite podcast. FPL Experiment. This is another one I looked up, which got bronze in the podcast. Again, let's hopefully I've got the right podcast this time. Yes, it's FPL. Again, seem to no longer exist. Finished in 2022. So basically the year after they won the award. So yeah, another one that's not going anymore. Video, Black Box, yes. Let's Talk FPL, yes. FPL Tips, can't say I've really watched them, but fair enough. Okay, 2022 awards. Okay, we're down to just 2 awards now. That's a bit strange. So creators, Black Box, Let's Talk FPL. So I should probably say what they've got. Gold Black Box, silver Let's Talk FPL, bronze FPL Raptor, love all of them, so that's fine. Best in FPL editorial, again I'm not really interested in this, but gold Fantasy Football Scout, silver All About an FPL, never heard of them, and bronze Fantasy Football Hub. Okay, 2023. So here we are back to 3 awards, confusingly. So best in fantasy football. I'm not going to comment on the editorial. I've never heard of any of them apart from Big Man McCarr, and I don't read those. Gold, I've not listened to the whole FPL, but I believe that's Nima. I've been told it's very good, so I'm fine with that. Silver official FPL pod. If Sam was on it this year, I'll say I'll find to go with that. I think the one decent bit of FPL content that FPL themselves produce is anything involving Sam. And bronze, above average FPL. Best in fantasy football video. FPL Mate, FPL Show, Holly Shand. Now I've got to be honest, guys. I've said this if you've watched my tier list. I think Holly Shand is fine. She's got about 30,000 subscribers. I'm very surprised that she won gold here when, Let's Talk FPL, Raptor, Focal, Harry, loads of other people aren't even on the list. So that does surprise me a bit. Maybe it's because she's related to, she's very, very strongly in with the official game shows, the official Fantasy Premier League content. So maybe she gets a lot of fan votes for that. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then this year, 2024. So again, Holly Shand is bronze. Again, I want to say I don't hate her or anything. Content is fine, but yeah, I'm just surprised she's up there again. Silver, Let's Talk FPL. Great. Gold FPL Focal, no problems with that. This one I'm just a bit confused by. FPL organisation. Just, it's a bit of a weird thing. Usually when you have an awards for organisation, it's because, they're doing well in sustainability, or they're doing well in terms of inclusion and diversity or something. I've never really seen awards for an organisation. I guess it just means people who employ multiple content creators. FPL optimized, I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to comment. Scout and Hub, fair enough. So that's a brief look over the awards. So I've made a couple of notes here on my what I thought of this. So what are the conclusions? First of all, how has Let's Talk FPL Andy not won a gold award? If you've watched my tier list, you'll know that I absolutely love him. But seriously, he is the OG of individual content creation. In my opinion, the best. But even if you don't think he's the best, surely, you must agree that he would have deserved to win a gold at some point. And I think we saw he had like 2 or 3 seconds. Is Let's Talk FBO Andy going to be like, those great directors at the Oscars who every couple of years they have an amazing film which everyone is He needs to win the Oscar. He needs to win the Oscar. He needs to win, and they never quite get over the line. I have a feeling maybe let's talk FPL. Andy is going to be the FPL equivalent of that. Secondly, why does Holly do quite so well? Let me know in the comments if you. I know she did. I did have a few comments on my tier list video saying people like her, but even with that, I mean, a gold on the bronze. I'm not sure she's up to that when there are so many other good content creators around. Generally, however, it does seem pretty decent. From apart from Let's Talk FPL not having a gold and Holly being in the top 3 quite so much, I would probably say I don't really have any problems with the rankings here. But I do think they should have separate categories for fans and judges, because as I say, even if there is no tomfoolery involved or behind the scenes fixing of who's going to win, it makes it look like it maybe is when you don't just have the fans have their say. Let the fans have their say, and then let the judges, who probably going to have completely different criteria from the fans, have their say separately. And also say what the criteria is for the judges. I always think that's a good thing as well. In terms of going forward, I think they could have a new award for young, new FPL content creator award. Someone who's just started in their last year. Perhaps, I don't know, I've heard there's this really exciting channel going with this really good-looking guy who likes to drink beers during his video. I think their name's FPL Have a Beer. Maybe they could be a winner of the new content new content creator category for 2025. Watch this space. You heard it here first, guys. And does winning one of these awards mean anything? We've seen that 3 people who were voted in, including at least one person who won it, at least from the information I can find, seem to have folded their channel or their podcast pretty quickly. In 2 cases, at least, within a year of winning the award. It makes me think, is this truly an award, or is it just an excuse for a bunch of people to get in a room together, say how wonderful each other is, and get completely pissed? Because if it is that, I'm all for it. Good stuff. Just invite me next year, please. That's all, guys. As I said, this one was just a bit of fun. Please let me know what you think in the comments below the awards. Do you think there's someone in there who should have an award, who doesn't, or anyone you think is getting awards that you think shouldn't be so popular? And please like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.